Sarah and David had been together for nearly 10 years. Their relationship was built on trust, love, and shared dreams. They had weathered many storms together, or so Sarah believed. Recently, however, Sarah had begun to notice small changes in David's behavior. He was more distant. His phone was always face down, and he had started working late more frequently. She tried to ignore her growing suspicions, chalking them up to stress or maybe even her own insecurities. One evening, Sarah returned home early from a work event. As she walked into their shared home, she heard muffled voices coming from the study. Heart racing, she approached the door, only to stop in her tracks when she heard David's voice clearly, speaking tenderly to someone. It wasn't a conversation she recognized. She took a deep breath and knocked on the door. The voices fell silent, and David opened the door, looking startled. His eyes darted nervously to his phone, which he quickly hid behind his back. "Everything okay?" Sarah asked, trying to keep her voice steady. "Yeah, just a little work stuff," David replied, his smile not reaching his eyes. As the days went by, Sarah's suspicions grew. She began to piece together a troubling pattern: unexplained absences, secretive phone calls, and evasive answers. Determined to get clarity, she decided to do some investigating of her own. She found out that David had been meeting someone during the times he claimed to be working late. One day, Sarah saw David's car parked outside a cafe she didn't recognize. She hesitated but decided to go inside. The sight of David sitting across from another woman, holding her hand and looking deeply into her eyes, was a punch to the gut. Feeling a mix of anger and heartbreak, Sarah knew she needed to confront David. When he came home that evening, she asked him to sit down. "I saw you today," Sarah said, her voice trembling but resolute. At the cafe, with her, David's face turned pale. "Sarah, I didn't know how to tell you." "You didn't know how to tell me?" Sarah's voice cracked. "So you chose to hide it and lie instead?" David looked down, unable to meet her gaze. "I'm so sorry. I didn't want to hurt you. It started out as a mistake, but then I didn't know how to stop." Sarah took a deep breath, struggling to keep her composure. "What do you want from this? Are you still in love with her?" David's eyes filled with tears. "I never meant for this to go so far. I thought I could fix things without facing the truth. But I realize now that I've been selfish." After a long and painful conversation, Sarah decided to take some time apart. It was a period of reflection for both of them. David eventually ended his relationship with the other woman and began to work on understanding why he had strayed. He sought therapy and committed to being honest and transparent. Sarah and David's path forward was uncertain. They both had to navigate the difficult terrain of rebuilding trust. They attended couples therapy, communicated openly, and worked on their relationship from the ground up. It was a long and challenging journey, but through it all, they rediscovered their commitment to each other. In the end, the experience taught them both invaluable lessons about trust, honesty, and the importance of addressing problems head-on. Their relationship was different, but they emerged stronger, with a renewed understanding of what it meant to truly be partners.